My name's Ricky Blankenship. I live in Eugene, Oregon. I'm a targeted individual, whatever you want to call it, locally hated. Um, I've been made to made out to be crazy. Basically, they've tried to get my family to push me to go to a psych ward, and I never did. And yeah, we'll see how bad it gets after I post this. Anyways, I haven't been feeling that great. My head's just been uh, foggy, and I've been out of it. Feels like vertigo, I guess, is a closest analogy to how I feel. Um, I feel warm right now. I'm just sitting here, just trying to make this video. I did have not an energy drink, it was a natural energy drink, but maybe that's affecting me. Anyways, I've been followed and harassed for a while now. Basically, I mean, obviously, in my case, this is different than some. I'm not a whistleblower. I'm not an activist. Some people get this kind of treatment because of that, but I messed up and I made mistakes, some bad choices in my life, but due process is nowhere to be found. They just basically said, "Fuck you, you're done." So I have to put this out there. Maybe one day it'll help people. Maybe it won't. They'll write me off as crazy, but I'm not going to check myself into a psych ward again. It won't happen. First time I was pressed and forced to do it, I had a bunch of different incidences on the bus. I have videos of it I can post if I find the motivation and the focus to do it. I barely have that right now to do this. Unfortunately, it's just how I've been feeling. What I have to say is George Floyd, people rose up and fought back for someone who was supposedly a criminal, and not saying that it was right by any means. No one deserves that. And we should stand up for what's right and wrong. Due process is part of our constitutional rights, and it's just not happening. People are bypassing that. Government agencies are allowing this to happen. Police officers are a big part of it. I don't even... I'm a non-investigative target or subject, non-investigative subject, and basically they just don't care. And they're just waiting for me to die. And that's fine. I'm over that. I just, maybe someone will let my son know one day what happened. I was targeted by bikers, the cartel, police, EMTs. All these people are somehow working together. I don't know how it all works. They don't tell you, because then they'll go through it, I guess. I see lots of people walking around with headphones in, more than I've ever seen before. And there's lots of little things that happen, like their dog walking or dog hanging out the window, and they just so happen to be every time you're driving, they're out there. Anyways, it's just little things like that. They constantly try to get you to be sensitized to it, so every time you see it, you either react or, it makes you think, oh, these people are following me. And most of the time, in my case, they are. Or they know what's going on. So it's tough. So the first time I really realized what was going on, I went to the hospital. While I was at the hospital, waiting in the ER, there was a veteran that came in with a sling, and I had just seen him, I don't know, few days ago, a week before that maybe, I went to a job interview, and he was sitting outside of where I was going to my job interview, leaning on his truck. And I was like, okay, yeah. I started to realize things like these people were sitting there waiting for me. Just, it was awkward. Things like you don't usually see. It seemed out of place from everything I've seen prior to that in my life. So yeah, this, you hear that? They just honked at me. Anyways, stuff like this is just constant. Lost my train of thought. Anyways, so I was at the hospital. Same guy came in with a sling that was previously at the interview, standing outside. And all this other weird stuff was happening. A guy was sitting there reading his Bible, looking at me with an angry look. And then just other people were just making weird movements around me. And I ended up leaving. I didn't even stay. I got on the bus and people were following me on the bus. So I ended up just trying to walk home. Well, first, I was like, fuck, what's going on? I need to call for maybe non-emergency. So I called the fucking cahoots. And these people are just there to take down notes on everything that you're saying to try to make you sound crazy. And anyways, I was waiting for them, and I had weird things start to happen when I was sitting there waiting at the police station. Off-duty police officer came in on his phone, all frantic, texting, and then some tweakers were sitting there trying to get into the lobby when it was closed. And yeah, it just seemed weird. Stuff that's off. And then I just started walking home, and 3 vehicles pulled up on me. And that's when I was like, fuck, what the hell's going on? I took off running and called the police. The police showed up. And as I was sitting there waiting, basically the police station's 2.5 blocks away. I was waiting, just trying to see what was going to happen. They pulled up and they asked me the make and model of the vehicles and what exactly happened. And they wrote it off as, oh, okay, well, I don't know, we didn't see anybody. And they just left it at that. I called my sister to come pick me up, and yeah, that was when it all started. I'm really not feeling very good. I just have to get through this video, so bear with me if I blank out and my head is not. Yeah, they really fucked with me, and they really want me gone, and I think have a life insurance policy on me because all my information at the doctor's been falsified. When I try to get my blood work done, I try to get an EKG done, and they said everything's fine, even though it felt like it just didn't feel right. Yeah, anyways, that's another story. But my sister pulled up with her girlfriend. I got in the car, and then my sister's girlfriend went and talked to the police. After that, she came back, and they were like, okay, basically said, you got to go to the psych ward, check yourself in, and you need to get some psychiatric help. And I was like, for what? What do you mean? Like, I told them what the fuck happened. They brushed it off like I was crazy, and I started to feel that. As soon as I got in the car, I was like, okay, this isn't right, because she's going over there to talk to the police officer. Anyways, long story short, they tried to take me to the psych ward. I said, I need to change my clothes. I went back to my dad's where I was staying, and as I was changing, she was standing there watching me get changed because she didn't want me to run off. And she's like, okay, stay here. I'm going to go talk to your sister and your dad. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then she did. I got dressed. I took off. And I said, no, I'm not going. That's not happening. And then after that, they basically kept trying to force me to go, and I said, fuck it, I guess I'm going. And I went. And eventually, a couple days later, and I talked to someone, and they made me wait there for 2 hours. Just, yeah. Anyways, they just want you to seem crazy. I've been poisoned, I've been fucked with, and I don't know how long I have. So I just have to put that out there. If anyone has any words of wisdom or not, you can just call me crazy like the rest of them. I have way more to talk about, but the video is already going on about 11 minutes now, so I don't want to make it too long. But I just made this video because I seen Andrew Tate was poisoned, and at this point, it's happening to a lot of people. Different reasons why, obviously, but same sort of techniques. Things are happening. And yeah, I don't know what to say other than bring back justice and bring back due process and stop writing people off as crazy. This shit's happening. It's happening because people are letting it happen. And if we don't stand up for what's right, we're all going to suffer eventually. So that's all I have to say. I can't even focus. Thanks for watching. I hope someone out there has some information. If I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll post some more if I'm able to tomorrow. Thanks for watching.